The fundamental accounting equation, assets equal to liabilities plus equity, is a useful tool in helping us think about how the balance sheet and income statement are constructed, the linkage among the financial statements, and the effect of transactions on financial statements. The accounting equation is also useful in helping us think about the statements from another perspective, namely how the business is financed. Assets represent investments or uses of funds that management has made. Asset is any resource that has a potential to generate future cash flows or reduce future cash outflows. It includes current operating assets such as cash, accounts receivable, and inventories. It also includes long-term operating assets such as manufacturing and administrative facilities. Most companies also invest funds in non-operating assets such as marketable securities that provide the liquidity a company needs to construct transactions and to react to market opportunities and changes. Just as asset disclosures provide us with information on where a company invests its fund, its liabilities and equity discloses information as to how those activities are financed. These are sources of the funds. To be successful, a company must not only invest funds wisely, but must also be astute in the manner in which it raises funds. Companies strive to finance their assets at the lowest possible cost. Current liabilities, such as accounts payable and accrued liabilities, are generally non-interest bearing. As a result, companies try to maximize the financing of their assets with these sources of funds. Current liabilities, as the name implies, are short-term in nature, generally requiring payments within the coming year. As a result, they are not a sustainable source of funding for long-term assets that generate cash flows over several years. Instead, companies often finance long-term assets with long-term liabilities that require payments over several years. Generally, companies try to link the pattern of the cash outflows from financing sources with the cash inflows of the related assets. As such, long-term financing is usually in form of bonds, notes, and stock issuance. One of the important goals of this video is to understand how assets and liabilities should be valued and reported in the financial statements. Accounting principles allow some assets to be reported based on acquisition cost, some based on current fair values, some based on realizable values, and others based on hybrid approach. Similarly, some liabilities are measured at the initial amount of the incurred liability, whereas others are measured at the current value of the liability based on prevailing interest rates and other factors. Hence, we follow a mixed attribute accounting model to value the assets and liabilities. The reason most high-quality accounting standards follow a mixed attribute model is because regulators attempt to provide an optimal mix of relevant and representationally faithful information in the financial statements, which helps users better translate the information into assessments of the risk and timing and amounts of future cash flows. Financial information is relevant if it can affect a user's decisions based on the reported financial statements. Information is representationally faithful if it represents what it purports to represent. Based on the trade-off between relevance and representationally faithfulness, there are four primary valuation alternatives. The first one is the historical cost, which is simply the cost the firm originally incurred to acquire an asset or the original amount of incurred liability. For example, a future restaurant is acquiring land for $1 million for its restaurant site. It also paid $30,000 in title search and $10,000 in real estate transfer taxes. Hence, the total acquisition cost reported under the historical cost method would be $1,040,000. At the time of acquisition, the historical cost is both representationally faithful and relevant, but with passage of time, it may lose relevance. However, historical costs are always representationally faithful because they are unbiased, objective, and verifiable through invoices that provide clear support for the valuation. On the other end of the valuation spectrum is the fair value, which reflects the value of the asset or liability based on current market conditions. Fair value is the most relevant valuation technique as it closely reflects the current economic condition. However, it might not be as representationally faithful as the historical cost method because fair value may reflect managerial biases and are not verifiable through invoices. The last two valuation techniques fall in between the two extremes. The first one is adjusted historical cost, under which the firm adjusts the historical cost downward by the amount of depreciation. Another type of valuation method is initial present value. If the markets are not sufficiently active to provide reliable evidence of fair value, firms can use present value of expected cash flows to approximate the fair value of assets and liabilities. Present value methods are often used with monetary assets and liabilities such as receivables and payables. Our text does a good job on providing detailed explanation for each of the evaluation techniques. Please review it carefully before attempting the first quiz. In the next video, we will talk about income recognition and income tax effects.